Welcome back to my channel, and my name is April Hardeman, and I'm the owner of Dream Virtual Assistant. I assist equestrian businesses and gain an exposure online. I often do videos on tips, tutorials, and product reviews on equestrian products. Today, I wanted to do another book review. I really didn't think I was going to do this many book reviews, but I have found so many great equestrian authors online or on Instagram. Like, that's been one of my favorite places to go. So if you want to check out my Instagram, look in the description below. So today's book is Where the Bluegrass Grows by Laurie Berglie. I hope I said that right. So I read this book shortly after I had just finished Horses Adored and Men Endured. And so this one I didn't read out loud as much to my daughter because there were a little more adult scenes, which I enjoyed. I liked the book for sure. So I'd just read a couple things to her and then I would quietly read to myself. The main character in here, her name is Molly, and she ends up splitting with her time ex-boyfriend, or her longtime boyfriend, and she's going on all these like blind dates, and her sister and some friends are kind of setting her up on some dates, and they're just not going well. And so she's like, you know what? I need a new scenery. I need kind of like the back to basics kind of thing. So she's in Maryland, and she ends up going for the summertime to go live in Kentucky with her best friend Macy. She's kind of working at Root and Riddle. I know that. I'm not quite sure. I remember what her role is. I just know she's working at this place. And so it's just a great situation because her friend has room at her house. She has a horse that Molly can ride, and she's ridden before because she had her when Macy lived in Maryland. So Molly is familiar with this horse, Hunter. And so it just seems like the perfect back to the basics trip. And she's a rider. She can do all her riding there. And she can just take time for herself. So, of course, there's a little twist to all of this, and she's out one day riding Hunter on the trails, her friend's horse, and she comes across Bo. Bo also works at Root and Riddle with Macy, and so they kind of just come across each other on the trail, and Bo's like, oh, you must be, because he recognizes Hunter, so he's like, oh, you must be Macy's best friend. And I think it startles Molly at first. Bo is like really like falls head over heels for her almost immediately, and just like can't wait to really get to know her already. But he's also kind of gone through a really crazy breakup, and with an on and off long-term girlfriend, and at this point they're off, and he's kind of been seeing women, but not like kind of like more like one night stand kind of things. So he hasn't really found anyone else to like actually date. So they kind of see each other on that trail, but then they start talking more, and they go out for coffee, and you know, they just starting to date. But then it's like, so what are we supposed to do here? Like, has been thinking about going home. Bo himself has been thinking about going home back to Georgia because he's really close to his family, and his father's not doing so well. So he's like, should I keep working into Kentucky? This is a great place for my career. Like, there's horses. I love the horses. Or should I move back to Georgia and be with my family? But then there comes a twist, like now he's really falling for Macy, and you know, it's getting close to the end of the summer. Like, is Macy gonna stay in Kentucky, or is Macy gonna wanna go to Maryland? So there's all this that kind of gets intertwined, and Macy and him decide, you know, we're gonna see how far this goes, make it to the end of the summer, and then we'll decide from there. But there is a twist. Someone kind of shows back up, and things get all tangled up. Molly for some reason ends up, I hope I've been saying Molly because now I feel like I'm mixing up words. Molly and Macy. Molly somehow runs back to, for some reason she runs back to Maryland. So then it's like, what's happening? Like, is this relationship? So there's definitely some intense spots in here, and you're just so happy for the two, and they're falling in love. You're like, man, after all this time, they finally have found each other, and it's just, you're just so excited. I've never really been big on reading romantic novels, but now that there's some horses involved, and like, you know, she's out riding and she's taking lessons and she's trying to improve her riding skills, and now that she's so in love, her actually writing her is going well too, and she's probably gotten like her book finished before she thought she was gonna finish it, because she is so happy in the relationship. But of course there's some twists, and you've got to get the book to check it out. So Where the Bluegrass Grows, and it's gonna be on Amazon, and I'll link it in the description below. But I really enjoyed reading this book, especially towards the end, since, like I said, those twists were happening. I was like flying through the last 20 pages, or not more, like at least a couple chapters. I was just flying through it. I wasn't even reading it out loud anymore. I just wanted to finish it. But I wanted to know how it was going to end, because I was so mad at one of the characters. I just couldn't believe that Cassidy, you'll find out in the book, about what she said and how she turns it all upside down, and you're just like, and I don't know. I think I even probably threw the book down because I was so mad at what she said. But like I said in my last book review, I get really emotionally invested in books, and I've just really enjoyed being able to read some fiction books again. Because a lot of times I like to read nonfiction books because I like to do all the self-improvement and personal growth books. But sometimes it's just great to read these books because, I don't know, I felt kind of relaxed in it, and not like always trying to learn. To have a little mini break from that and just really get involved in the story and have your imagination and what the characters look like and what the barn looks like and when she's riding, and she's really descriptive on what's going on in there, like what the horse looks like, what movements the horse is doing, and like she ends up getting her own horse in this, and it's really cool how she gets the horse. But yeah, you have to check it out. It's Where the Bluegrass Grows by Laurie Berglie. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe if you have not done so already, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.